Well, good morning, friends. Coach Bob with you, and today we are heading out on the northbound leg. Finally, we are on the road, or getting ready to be on the road. It is 4:30 a.m. and loading up Casper, loading up the trailer. Got the new stickers on the trailer. Coach Vic's been getting the Cricut machine going. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. So we're excited. Today is a pretty big day. It's over 500 miles. We're heading north of Charlotte to Statesville, North Carolina. So the breakdown is going to be Cordele, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Statesville, North Carolina. Something like that. Could be a little different. Depends on gas and stops and rain and heat and all that stuff. Tomorrow looks like a pretty rough day weather-wise, but we'll see how that goes as well. Rain, go away, come again on somebody else's day. We don't want a big part of that. But we understand it's part of the equation. Coach Vic is quite stressed about that because where we dealt with the heat in the last trip, we're going to be dealing with the rain and with cool air. 50s and 60s with rain can be quite miserable, as anyone who rides knows. You get a little wet and the wind's cold, and that's just how it is. So we're going to be dealing with that probably a lot tomorrow. That's okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as for today, what we have to do now, got a little bit more loading up to do. Already got the clothes in there. Oh, check this out. New trailer lock. Oh yeah. So I'm not having to run them big old goofy locks anymore. I'm gonna get this garage open, and we're gonna get this stuff all loaded up, moving in the right direction.
Well, here we go.
How you feeling?
Good. Round 2 of our trip.
So this is where the trip really begins for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last night you were saying you were feeling what?
Nervous.
Really nervous?
Nervous. But I can't believe it's been a year already.
It's been a year.
It feels like it was just yesterday that we went on a trip to California. Now we're going to go to Maine.
Crazy, huh?
We're insane.
So like I said, we got some big days planned for us. Things looking great, and we're feeling pretty good. I think we're both a little. I don't know how good Vic slept last night, but I was ready. I've been dreaming about driving all night. So, and I didn't think I was nervous or anything or excited or whatever. I'm super excited though. I'm ready to go north. I think we made that clear when we did the South video. To me, this is where the trip really begins when we get north of Georgia. It's going to be a completely different experience. And so we're really fired up about this morning. So let's get Vic loaded up, get all the stuff going in the right direction, get a little coffee down our necks and all that thing.
And we're going to get on the road and see what happens. Well,
make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
It's going to happen good. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
She's nervous this morning. I hadn't seen her this nervous since we left for California last year. She was asking me when we were backing out of the driveway last year, are we really doing this? And the answer is yes, we are. Here we go again. All right, so we are loaded up, ready to go. First stop, Cordele, Georgia, then Augusta, Georgia, then Charlotte, North Carolina, Statesville, North Carolina. We got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 states to cross today.
We got a lot of states to go through, but look at the new helmet. See, that's up. Ta-da!
Looks beautiful. You look wonderful.
I want to have my coffee, I just do this. Ta-da!
Nice. Tell you, we do love the Neotex. You ready?
Anyway, we're ready to go. Yes, we are.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day, God. I pray that you would protect us on the road, keep it fun, and give us lots of sun. Hey. All right, but God, thank you for the gift. Thank you for my beautiful bride in this machine. I pray that it would just safely get us where we're going as we honor you in everything we do. It's in Jesus' name, amen.
And pray for our family that's at home and keep them safe and sound while we're on the road and happy. Amen.
Right, well, we are on the road. It's dark. You probably can't see, but we had to get this because right up here in about a mile, probably where that truck is right there with the super bright lights, looks like a freight train coming our way, is the state line. So we are going into Georgia already. So now that we have that out of the way, get you a cup of coffee and just enjoy the morning, because it's going to be a beautiful day today. We are going to be well on our way here very shortly.
welcome to the state of Georgia, y'all. There is no big sign, there is no hoopla, there is no ticker tape parade, but there is a smell of beautiful pine wood burning and just a nice, nice morning. Everything's wet and damp, typical South Georgia morning. It is a perfect day for a ride. Well, we are north of Thomasville, Georgia, which is the Rose City. Yes, the county seat of Thomas County here in Georgia. A beautiful little town. I remember playing football against the Thomasville Bulldogs and the Thomasville Central Yellow Jackets as a young man. It's a beautiful part of the country. It really is. The farmland just looks, it's like a quilt, man. It's just stitched together with rows of trees. It's just unbelievably beautiful here. You know, as we roll out today, all of the thoughts of family and all the things that we do in our life, there's so much going on, and it's hard to leave sometimes. It's hard to get out the door and start moving in that direction. There's always one more responsibility that holds you back. And then the question, the self-doubt, all the things that we experience, it's just there. But I encourage you today to get out and experience the beauty that's all around you and make that trip, the trip of a lifetime. Coach Vic was groaning from that bridge. But this is the trip of a lifetime. So Maine, here we come. Ha ha! Well, the sky is clear, the air has a nice cool snap to it, the mist is rising off the ground. It is just the beautiful South Georgia morning that you read about in books. Oh man, look at the old farmhouse. Every time I come through these areas, I think about home. This is what it was like in the areas that I grew up in. What it smelled like in the morning. Folks getting up early, getting their hot cup of coffee, going to work, doing their thing. All right, we got the sun to the right. Coach Vic was telling me this, and the moon to our left over there. If you look on one side, you see the sun, the other side, you see the moon. It's awesome. But yeah, we're rolling in. Looks like I think Sylvester's gonna be next. Just rolling right on up through here. Heading up to Cordele, Georgia. Put a little gas in this thing. We're probably about another, I don't know, 60 miles from Cordele, something like that. Not too far. Then from Cordele, it'll be a big run. I say big run, 160 miles to Augusta. Run up the interstate to Macon and make a right turn. Head on over into Augusta, Georgia. That's where they have the Masters tournament. Who knows? Maybe I'll pick me up a green jacket. Wow, look at that. We are in Sylvester, Georgia. Beautiful little town. Come through here many times. I got a good buddy of mine that lives here, a guy named Warren, coach, and just a great guy, a guy that I was friends with before I even got my job with the agency. I was living in a little dumpy house and driving a piece of junk car, and Warren was going to college and getting ready to get his teaching degree and his coaching degree. And man, our lives just developed. We just somehow both of us became grown-ups, and we're both retired. It's the craziest thing ever. Craziest thing ever. Where does the time go, huh? All right, we have come through Cordele, and we are grabbing 75. When I did the Angel City motorcycle rally, that's where I got gas, right there. Oh, so very familiar with this little area up here. Beautiful part. Again, I know you keep probably getting tired of hearing me say this is a beautiful part of the state, but man, this is just an amazing part of Georgia. It's a forgotten area. It's that farmland, just amazing. So we're going to get on the interstate here. We're going to make some time. We're going to head north towards Macon. We were going to stop here and get gas, but we're doing very well on gas. I don't know what our mileage is, but it's better than normal, because we were on those state roads doing the 60 to 65, and it's amazing when you just drop 5 miles an hour what your gas mileage will do. We're not going to be able to go that slow here, I don't think, but we're going to roll this thing on up to about 68 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and we are going to see how far we can get. So next stop, somewhere between Cordele, Georgia and Macon, Georgia. Here we go. Well, we have pressed on. We are in Macon, Georgia. So we got great gas mileage on the country roads. So we had 56 miles to empty, but it looks like our next stops are going to be pushing that. Milledgeville's another 40 miles. I just don't want to push it that hard. So we're going to stop here, get a little gas, go to police. There's a Love's right over there. That's where we're headed. So next stop is Love's, Macon, Georgia. All right, so we are in Macon, Georgia. As I said earlier, it is just amazing. We cracked about 170 miles out.
We just rode for 3 hours.
Really easy. We've got the next stop is going to be in Augusta, which is only 111 miles down the road.
Wow.
So if we can find something on the other side of Augusta that's maybe 30 miles further, I'd really like to do that. That way we're not killing the last couple of sections. That way they're not going to be super long. We know we're going to have at least one other 160 mile section.
Easy peasy, easy ride.
So today the weather is perfect so far.
It's been very nice.
We know it's going to get hot this afternoon, so the quicker we can get to rolling, the better off we're going to be. We do know that. Tomorrow again, rain, go away.
Rain, go away.
She got to put her glasses on to lower her glasses. So I like the Salty Soul hat there. Is that new?
Yes, I just bought it. And this shirt.
Oh, you are all sporty.
I'm trying to be sporty on this one.
Sporty spice. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. I really.
Gussied up.
All right.
Gussie.
You ready to get loaded up and get rolling so we can do this thing?
Yes, I am.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
We ain't crying. So let's roll on down the road. Face shield all cleaned up after that stop. We are going to grab the interstate and then we'll hop off the interstate. There's a little cutover road. I say cutover road. I'll tell you the name of it here in a minute once I get around this curve and can look. All right, so we're back on 75 North, and we'll be on 16 East, running through Milledgeville and up through Augusta, that sort of thing. So we got about 10 more minutes on the interstate, and then we will be making that turn. We are out of the hustle and bustle of Macon, Georgia, and we are now on a little state road heading over towards Milledgeville. It's a nice green stretch of road. But I wanted to address something that you saw in the last episode where the Spyder was overheating, and just wanted to update you on all of that. Obviously, it's okay because we're out driving and we're on the rest of the trip. But what happened basically, so that Saturday when we got back from our ride, our test ride, seeing if we could find the problem, I started disassembling a few things, you know, pulling some panels off, looking for a fluid leak because I had coolant on the A-arm, on the front right A-arm, and the drain for the reservoir goes out the bottom of the Spyder. In fact, there's like a little hole in your skid plate, and it kind of attaches right there. So there shouldn't have been coolant on the A-arm. I'm like, man, I must have a hose that's ruptured or something, or leaking. So I looked, I couldn't find anything. So I look up with a flashlight up under the A-arm. I'm looking up, and the screws that hold the reservoir on, so not like where the reservoir would be broken or something, but the screws that hold it on, there's like little ears that stick out off that plastic. There was coolant right there. It was there at where that screw was. And then I realized, I got my flashlight out and I started looking. The coolant was extremely, I mean extremely low. So I called my buddy and I'm talking to him. This is what he told me. Now, you can have your theories and questions and all that, but this is where it was. You've had 2 services on your Spyder, and you've crossed deserts, and they did not top off your coolant. That was his exact words, and he's a motorcycle mechanic. And he goes, and when your coolant runs low, as it is evacuating the engine to go into the reservoir and all that stuff around, you know, as it cycles through your system, he goes, man, there's a lot of pressure and heat coming out, and that's pushing that spring up on your radiator cap, and you're losing, it's shooting that fluid right up through the top of that cap. And then once it closes that thermostat, it's not going to do it again. And then as soon as it opens the system up to cycle everything through, it's going to do it again, and it's going to keep doing it until you lose quite a bit of coolant. You just need to add coolant. That's all you need to do. Make a long story short. So I wasn't sure if that's what it was, even though we had talked about it. We had, you know, that was his troubleshooting theories on it, and that made sense to me. So I went to the CanAm dealer. I explained to him what had happened, and I picked up 3 quarts of coolant. Now, it's a 3-quart system from what I understand. I don't have the book obviously sitting in front of me right now. You can put down in your comment section whether it's 3 quarts or whatever. Anyway, it took almost a quart. Yeah, it took almost a quart. So it was low. Temperature gauge was not running real high. The fan was doing its job. Obviously the air circulating through the engine, everything was fine. Well, then, you know, I wanted to make sure that was it. So we took a few days of riding, and then my mother had to have some minor surgery, by the way, which everything went great. We're grateful for that too. And now we're back on the road. So that's the story of the coolant system. And I guess the takeaway on this is make sure that you are diligent with your coolant, and top it off every time you do a service. If you don't, you may run into a problem like that. And certainly if you're crossing deserts and doing things like we were doing, it's not a bad idea. I'll be honest with you, it just never even dawned on me. I'm just going to be quite frank with you. You got to pull the little, when you open your front, there's a little cover you have to take off to put, you know, coolant in that little reservoir. Not a problem, just something that if you've never done it, it's easy. All right, well, now that you know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, we're going to keep on rolling. Our next stop is going to be somewhere around the Augusta, Georgia area. We are about 80 miles out of Augusta, something like that, not very far. It is starting to heat up. We knew that, and that's why we wanted to really make sure that we were diligent about getting on the road early. If you are traveling, think about those things. Think about, you know, when it's going to rain, when it's going to be hot, when it's going to be cold, and work around as much as you can to give yourself not only a safe ride, but a more enjoyable ride. Georgia, beautiful little town in the middle of the state, more on the eastern side. Just a wonderful architecture. This was the home of the state institution back in the old days. Now it's bed and breakfasts and big buildings and just really a lot of historic looking buildings. Look at that, man. Is that beautiful? I mean, these old buildings, man, if they could talk, the stories they could tell. I haven't been to Milledgeville in years, probably 10 years. My son did a wrestling camp over here one year, and we just loved coming over here and hanging out that little bit of time. We ate at a little sidewalk cafe and enjoyed the Milledgeville experience. Again, these towns like this, they just get forgotten about. Like they don't even exist. Man, look at those beautiful trees. And no, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those. Every part of the country, I'm sure, has their little lumber mills and stuff, and they're big time here in the South. All these trees, all these pine trees, you got to expect them to be there. I just want to tell you, if you're ever behind these guys, give them maximum berth. I really give them a lot of room. If I have a real big stretch of road, I'll try to get around them a lot of times, but it's hard to pass them because I'm not willing to get right up on them. This road has been having the little sections where they'll have the two so you can go around, but I saw one of these guys years ago, a dude beside him, and the little vertical beams gave way and the logs fell on him. So yeah, I've seen the condition of these lumber trucks when I worked at a lumber mill as a boy, and we'll just say they're not maintained real well. They're normally not carrying the trees a long way, and these lumber companies get these old trucks, man, and they're beaters, man. They are beaters. He's actually doing very well. 59 miles an hour for him. We're around the guy. We got a nice 4-lane here now, and we are heading up towards Augusta on Highway 24. Speed limit 65 out here. You know, you can set the cruise on 65. You don't have to do the heavy-handed stuff, and you can just cruise and relax, which is what we like. These are the roads we really like, these divided state roads. Set the old cruise, and here we are. Nice. Well, we are almost to Augusta, Georgia. The temperature is creeping up. It's about 87 degrees. We figured it would be around 90 when we got to Augusta because our ETA at Augusta, you know, just looking at it, my hope was to be in Augusta by 11:30, somewhere right in that window. Looks like we're going to make that. We are 23 miles out of Augusta, and it's we'll be there about 11 o'clock. You know, the thick green woods that we see as we travel these roads always bring back memories for us. You know, as we travel north, it's like the heat just kind of grabs that coattail and starts pulling you back, reeling you in, wanting you to stay home. But we're going to keep pressing on and enjoying the ride, because that is what we are called to do. You know, I want to take a minute here to ask you to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. And I know Coach Vic would as well. So let's get this puppy rolling. Next stop, Augusta, Georgia. Beautiful Augusta, man. I'll tell you right now, it's hustling, bustling. Nice. We're gonna pull right in up here, get us a little gasoline, and then we will hit the next leg. Next leg should run us up towards Charlotte. We pretty much have crossed Georgia. Georgia's a pretty darn big state, and we've gone north to south, and with that little jog over to the east. So we'll be in South Carolina in about 30 miles. What you doing? You getting your hair all gussied up?
Yes, just loosen it up.
So here's the smorgasbord of snacks, Coach Vic.
Cracker and cheese.
All right, so I got me a little bit of cheese and some water. Hot. It's hot. It did not disappoint. We're in the ambient air temperature is mid-90s at this point. Heat index above 100. It's warm.
It's hot.
So we have about 230 miles left to go, something like that. Not too terribly bad. Next stop will be just south of Charlotte, and then we'll ride it on in.
I actually dozed off a few times.
I felt that old head going clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Has the base on it, so it's easy to rest my head.
So the Neotech is a nice sleeping pillow. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to eat a little bit of grub. All right, so we have got the little grub in the belly. We're all powered up, and we're gonna hit the road. I'm thinking our next stop, like I said, it could be somewhere around Charlotte. We've been on mostly state roads. We had that one stretch of 75, which really was not bad. Our next stretch is gonna be on I-20 for a while. We'll run I-20 basically from here up to Columbia. And then there's another interstate, I think, that runs northbound out of Columbia. So the rest of the day is just going to be hammer down travel, I think. It's been a pretty easy day. The state roads have been very nice. A lot of divided highway travel. It has been a very, very
nice
beautiful
scenery
trip.
again, quiet.
Today is one of those days, kind of like we were out west. If every time you turn the camera on when there was a beautiful scene, you just run the camera all day.
Right, and as soon as we turn it off, we see something, so it's not recorded.
But the pine trees, the lakes, the streams, it's just spectacular. If you ever get a chance to come through this part of Georgia, I highly, highly suggest it. Again, it's something that people don't talk about. It's just a part of the state that gets forgotten. Go to Milledgeville, man. Milledgeville was beautiful. All right, let's get this woman loaded up and get on the road. Yeah, beautiful, huh? Savannah River. Welcome to South Carolina. Yeah, we are in South Carolina, girl. State 3. We got one more to go, right? North Carolina, that'll be it. You gonna see if you can honk? Okay. So Coach Vic has been going by all the truckers and having them honk their horns. The first one that she did, I thought I was gonna run in the median. She didn't warn the old guy. She just I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Even the interstates can be fun. You just have to make them fun. Coach Vic tries to get every one of them to honk. That's this crazy thing. She said he couldn't honk. He was too busy looking down at his cell phone. That's a scary thought, isn't it? You know, driving a big old 18-wheeler looking straight down at your phone. You can see even the interstate is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that, man. We're on I-20 eastbound at this point. Heading over towards Columbia, South Carolina. We got to run, I think, through Lexington and then into Columbia. Then we turn northbound for Charlotte, North Carolina. So let's keep this motor rolling. Welcome to Columbia, South Carolina, where the traffic is plentiful. Look at that other side, man. Wow. Woo, man. Makes for a long day when it's like that, y'all. As long as we're moving, I feel pretty darn good. Hang on there, kid. All right, well, with the heat, hot, a little bit of dribbling rain, and quite a bit of traffic, we are almost to our next stop, which is Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's about 20 miles south of Charlotte. Let's get some gas in this machine. Last stop for the day. It's been a nice ride, but I will tell you the last hour and a half, it's been work. It's been work, you know, a lot of traffic. It's thinning out now. I'm sure when we approach Charlotte, it's going to get crazy again, but man, there for a while, it was nuts. So, I didn't even run the camera. It's like, there ain't no point in running it. You don't want to look at the back of a truck. No doubt the interstate is definitely a much harder trip on the body and on the mind. We're having to focus so hard, you know. Anyway, here's Rock Hill, next 5 exits. Let's stop, get a little gas, do our thing. All right, so we were in Rock Hill, South Carolina, about to cross the state line into North Carolina. That'll be Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina in one day.
I am crazy.
We got in a little bit of drizzle rain, but didn't even change the temperature. It was just like, what we want to do though is we want to try to hot foot it and get through Charlotte before rush hour. So we're kind of pushing it. So I think we're gonna have to make it short, Mama, and roll. What do you think? Can we do it?
Oh, yes, yes.
I know Coach Vic is stressed out about the heat. The heat is kicking our butts. It's 100 degrees, it's hot. We don't really complain about the heat, it's just the way it is, but Coach Vic did say today, she goes, I'm done with the heat, Bob.
I'm done with the heat. I'm not traveling the heat anymore, I'm done with the heat.
I think I can convince her after a cold day or two, she'll be ready for some heat.
No, I'm tired of the heat.
You can if you try, Ann.
You can if you cry.
And we ain't crying, baby. Let's do this. Temperature is dropping. Ooh. I guess everybody wanted to take a picture at the North Carolina state line. No, it looks like the lanes are compressing down right there. Number four for the day, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Tomorrow won't be that eventful. Wow. Welcome to Charlotte, y'all. This is cool. I probably haven't been through Charlotte in 20 years. This guy's on his brakes and I don't know why. Oh, he doesn't either. Okay, all right. Okay, I see. That's how it's gonna be. We're gonna stop. Yes, we are. We ain't getting off that easy, folks. I'll tell you what, no need in you having to sit here and cook. We'll cook on our own. We'll talk to you in a minute. All right, look at the water. Isn't that beautiful, man? Wow. Well, if you lived out here and had a jet ski, you could have a ball, man. I tell you, I need to become a highly paid YouTube influencer and get me a jet ski. All right, well, Coach Vic and I have learned a lesson that is pretty good. The GPS recommended the express lane, and that's what we've been doing. I got a Harley right up my back door here, and I'm gonna try to speed up a little bit. Don't hold him up too much. If you're up here, I will tell you the express lane ended up really working out for us. 18 miles we'll be getting off, we'll be at our motel. So this saved us a lot of hassle. He was motivating on down the road, let me tell you, he was. And just like that, the sun is gone and we are looking at a wall of water. The question is, for us, is the wall going to be there before we get to the motel or not? We will find out here in just a minute. We got a little rain on the pane already, so we could have a deluge. Here it comes. I feel it. The wind is kicking up big time. So, yep, there it is. All right. Okay, well, if we have a little exit right up here, I'll stop if we need to. Because it does look heavier right up there, and it looks like the traffic's picking up. They might have had an accident up here. I haven't. If they did, it's just happened. We're 5 miles from our exit. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I am going to get this phone here in a moment. We're going to kill the camera because I may end up having to take the camera down because of the rain. With the mod case on it, it's not waterproof. So let's just see what this is going to do. Let's shut this down. We'll talk to y'all in just a minute. Close. We almost made it, didn't we?
It's 5 miles left.
It's going to come down. It's going to get real ugly. We're going to have to shut the camera down and ride it on in. But hey, ain't no adventure like the big adventure, right?
Hey, at least we're not hot.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let's do. So we're here. Can you say gully washer?
Gully washer.
Yes, you can. There's quite a bit of water on the road, as in inches deep. We did okay. We did okay.
The last 5 minutes of the ride.
Yeah.
All day.
Well, I can say this: I'm not hot anymore.
I'm not hot either.
Yeah, woke us up, didn't it?
Oh, no.
So how do you feel?
I'm tired.
Emotionally?
I'm so tired.
She's so tired. You ready to spend some money?
We finished the day. Yay.
You know, it's been a great day, man. It's been everything. I mean, it was cool this morning and we left. It got cold. We're there for a little while. I say cold. Felt cold. Then it got hotter than heck. Then it started pouring rain. It was everything a ride could ask for. No selfie stick tonight. They have a helmet law here. Uno momento, please. Approved. So gas here is $3.59 a gallon. Not too terrible compared to what it's been. I mean, we paid over $4 today. No. Oh. They always want you to join the club, don't they? I'm going to tell you, the Spyder did pretty good on mileage today. It really did. I'm going to swing by Outback Steakhouse, pick up some food for Coach Vic and myself. Spyder's gassed up for the trip tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a little bit bigger day. I haven't really, I've got it mapped out, but I don't have it committed to memory, that's for sure. So we do our closeout tonight. We'll talk about all that. Here we go. Well, today was a fun day. It really was not too terrible. I mean, it was pretty cool this morning in temperature wise, and then it got super hot. And then we got into some rain there in the last 5 miles. But even then, it was beautiful. It was a great ride. And again, like I was saying, the Spyder has done very well on gas mileage. So I'll have our total miles for the day when I get back to the motel. It was in excess of 500 miles, though. I know that. And tomorrow is going to be 540, 550, something like that, I think. Coach Vic's a little worried. It's the forecast doesn't look real pretty tomorrow. It looks to me though that we might get a little bit of rain, but I think we can sneak in behind some of it. We'll see. I got to make a couple of phone calls to get back to the room. Got some subscribers. We were talking about maybe them trying to get over here, but everything ran late with the rain and the heat. It just, things got kind of all jacked up. You hate that because you really do. I really do like to meet folks, but it's kind of how it goes. We just got settled in and it's almost 6. Statesville is a nice little town. I mean, there's a lot going on here, man. I didn't realize that all these little stores and things were right here by the motel. Hotel, whatever. Coach Vic's always picking on me about that. He tells me I'm a dumb hick. Maybe that's because I'm a dumb hick. She would never say anything like that. She's an angel. All right, curbside takeaway. Here we go.
Well, hello. How you doing? We are in the motel room. It is a little after 9 o'clock. We got back, had a little grub, and got still. And what did we do?
We fell asleep.
We fell asleep. We sure did, man. We were tired, apparently.
It was a good sleep, yeah.
The heat today was
tough.
It was tough.
Yeah.
I've never heard Coach Vic ever one time ever say, "I'm done with the heat."
I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done.
She was done with the heat today. I don't think she's done with the heat indefinitely, but she was definitely done with it today.
Yeah, the heat's, ooh.
So I've got some numbers, some hard numbers written down. You know, we didn't stop where we said we were going to stop today. We initially said Tallahassee to Cordele. We ran on through Cordele and ran up to between Perry and Macon. Then we ran Cordele to Augusta. That was pretty accurate as far as that goes. And then we ran Augusta to Rock City, which was just south of Charlotte, and then Charlotte on up to Statesville for a total. My projected mileage was 518 miles. The total mileage was 510.2. So 510.2 miles today in a day that had cool air in the morning that was pretty nice. And although it was not brutal until noon, it was hot though, because when we stopped at Augusta and got gas, that was before noon, and it was hot already.
Yeah, that's right.
So most of our day was in the heat.
Yeah.
And then we got, you know, within a stone's throw of here, and what happened?
It poured down rain.
It poured down rain.
I mean, we couldn't even, we stopped to put on our rain gear and we were already soaked.
It was like somebody just turned on a fire hose.
There was really no warning.
Yeah, and then by the time we got to the motel, there was inches of water on the road. It was nuts.
The rain had stopped. It just gushed and then quit.
Oh, it was crazy. We timed it just right. So that was kind of the experience today, weather-wise, road surface, road condition-wise. Between Tallahassee and Macon was really nice, man. I'm telling you, that from Tallahassee to Cordele on all of the country roads, you were able to go pretty quickly. The roads were smooth, no traffic. Really, really nice. Even I-75, although it was busy, was not crazy busy. In fact, I would say it was way less busy than 77 was today. And then we took state roads over from Macon over to Augusta. That was nice. That was really pretty. Just a lot of twisting roads. And we still had shade, you know, from the trees on the side of the road. It was around Columbia, Lexington to Columbia, South Carolina area. That's when it got crazy.
Yeah.
How bad was it?
Crazy. I feel weird. You're sitting kind of weird.
I'm leaning in. Oh. This chair is all, their chair's all jacked up.
I mean, we're just not normally sit this way.
How do you want me to sit? You want to sit in your lap?
No.
My throttle hand was tired. From Columbia on, it was busy. And you might have a moment to where you're not, you know, jockeying in and out from between cars. But for hours, it was busy and it was hot, and you would be going along at 70 and then you're stopped on the interstate.
And then we took the express lane.
That was a good decision.
So it was like $1 or $2, but then we read later. Oh, and then it said, if you're in the pay by mail lane, it's more money. So we have no idea what we were charged.
But I don't care what it was, whatever it was worth it. There were times that the people that weren't in the express lane were just flying over there and were passing us, and then all of a sudden that whole part of the interstate would just be a parking lot, and for miles, and we were just in the express lane cruising along 68 miles an hour.
That was good. We just did it.
That was money well spent. We would have probably been another 30-40 minutes had we not gotten in the express lane. If you're coming up this way, and you know, this was a busy weekend and all that, and we get that. So that was today. Any epiphanies, anything about today that kind of stuck out to you? What do you think?
Yawning a lot.
You're gonna have me yawning. Okay, so any epiphanies, anything that you had today?
I don't know, it was so long, it felt like it was so long ago. I was just surprised how I came in the hotel room and I just leaned against the wall, literally, and I just fell asleep.
She did.
I just put my head against the wall and just fell asleep.
She was sitting in her chair and leaned her head against the wall, and I looked over there and she was out.
I've never done that on these trips. I was that tired. I'll say it's been great again, like I always say. But it's been it's an adventure.
But the truth is, baby, if you have a bad day, there's nothing wrong with saying that you had a bad day.
Well, it wasn't bad. It was just long and hot, and then mentally, it got to me a little mentally today. Like, woof.
Because remember this also, and this is something to take note of. Every day when you travel is not going to be that 5-star, perfect scenery, perfect weather, everything goes, perfectly. You're going to have days that are going to be more challenging than others.
But there wasn't really any obstacles. It was just...
Well, the truth is, though, the heat is an obstacle. The rain is an obstacle. The traffic is an obstacle. We actually had quite a few obstacles in our way. When you start looking at what we did when we were westbound last year, we never ran into traffic like this. Not one time. Not one time.
Oh, the bumper to bumper.
We did 5,000 miles going to the West Coast.
That's right.
We never, not one time, did we experience this. When we went down to the Keys and all that, we experienced this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you that the East Coast
is a lot busier.
It's busy, man. And anyone who has ever traveled through the middle states, the flyover states, however you want to call them, there's a lot less traffic there. Even in the busy sections, it's nothing like it is over here. Just remember that when you're traveling the East Coast, if you've never done it before, it's going to be busier. It just is. That's just the nature of it.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow. Let's talk tomorrow.
I'm a little nervous. It's raining a lot tomorrow, but we're going to miss it due to the time frames we hit each little town.
We're hoping.
But there's going to be some that's going to be in the 50s with a high chance of rain. So I'm just praying that we miss that rain. Our third leg tomorrow seems like it's going to be the coldest and wettest.
Right. But in the morning, it's supposed to be 68 when we leave here. When we arrive tomorrow, it's going to be in the mid-50s to low 50s. And it's supposed to have, the further we go in the day, the greater chance we have of rain. So we just know that. So tomorrow...
And I hope the traffic's not bad. We don't know these roads or anything.
Right.
So.
Tomorrow could be another day of bumper to bumper and rain.
I hope not.
If it is, we'll deal with it.
But the rain gear we got worked, and I got rain pants. I bought those the other day. Surprised Coach Bob with some rain pants.
Yeah, Coach Vic did. She bought some rain gear. We'll talk about that on another episode. My jacket is a Columbia, I think.
Mine is too, and it worked well.
And it worked fine. We just
put it on too late.
What happened? We were in Academy Sports like the day before we were leaving to go north out of Tallahassee, and we were talking about rain. And I said, I was going to order something and this, that, and the other, but I have to have something to fill that gap, and so I did buy a jacket.
So that jacket worked fine.
It worked well. It fit over my Joe Rocket just fine.
Kept you dry.
It did well. So I'm pleased with that. So far, so good on that. I'm sure that we will know exactly what that jacket's going to do very, very soon. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow, here is the plan for tomorrow. It is going to be an early departure, no later than 5:30. No later than 5:30 today. We were a 5:30 departure, and at 5:34 we were rolling down the road.
Yes.
We need to at least replay that tomorrow. So I'll be getting up at 4:30 in the morning, setting everything up, straightening everything up, getting it ready to go. Let me tell you, those miles at 5:30 this morning saved our bacon.
Yeah.
They saved our bacon, because we would have been in really, really bad heat for a lot longer and a lot more rain.
Yeah.
It would have really been bad. If you hear yelling in the background, there's some guy in the room next to us.
They're just being crazy.
Oh.
Loud. We have that to look forward to.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Tomorrow is Statesville, North Carolina.
Anyway, we're going to Roanoke tomorrow. We're driving through Roanoke.
Actually, tomorrow we initially wanted to stay in Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
But they were sold out.
But we could not find a room.
They're all sold out. Yeah.
I didn't realize Hazleton was a vacation mecca, but apparently it is. We're not staying in Hazleton tomorrow. We are staying in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Statesville to Roanoke, 159 miles. Roanoke to Woodstock, I think that's Woodstock, Virginia, 148 miles. Woodstock, Virginia to Harrisburg, 147 miles. Harrisburg to Wilkes-Barre, 111 miles, for a total of 565 miles. So tomorrow is a bigger day because we could not get the rooms in that one particular town. The good news on that is that if we leave early and we don't get into a bunch of stop and go traffic, that means the next day will be less than 500. It'll be 466.
I need that.
So it'd be a much easier day.
I need it.
All right. Well, I think today was a smashing success.
It was smashing success.
But I am surprised. I've never heard of Statesville, North Carolina. This is a bumping little place, man. It's crowded. There's a lot going on.
We had Outback for dinner tonight.
We did. I put another shrimp on the bobby.
The first restaurant meal we've had when we've traveled has always been more of a fast food place.
And if the folks from the Outback here in Statesville, North Carolina are watching, there were 2 dudes that helped me.
He met some friends.
Thank you, man.
He met some friends.
All the condiments, man.
Yeah, he got some friends.
I mean, they gave us all of the rub-a-dub stuff,
I
man.
know.
It was good. I mean, plenty
friends.
of Dunkin' sauces and all the stuff that I'd asked for, man. They went well above and beyond. We'll just say that. So I really do
Coach
appreciate
Bob.
that.
Yeah.
So Statesville, North Carolina, Outback Steakhouse, folks, kudos to you, man. You guys are the best. So Coach Vic, anything you would like to add before we shut this camera down, offload this video, and get a little shut-eye?
I need some shut-eye. And I'm impressed by how many people have called Coach Bob to travel with us.
Yeah, we've had a lot of calls. I mean, so far, sadly, it really hasn't worked out because, of the nature of the way we travel. And we've discussed that with people. We're going to do a whole video on that, on why we travel the way we do.
We have that to listen to all night. You might have to go say something to them. What are they doing out there? This is crazy. Anyway, it's flattering to see all the phone calls he's gotten. He's actually really gotten phone calls for people to either stay at their house or travel with us. But he's going to make a trip. He's going to plan a trip where there's going to be a meetup.
All right, well, let's get some rest. Let me get this thing offloaded. Talk to our next door neighbor if I need to.
Yawn.
Are you spinning yawns?
Oh, I'm so tired.
All right, so go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun,
You're doing it wrong.
Yes, you are. Now you go seize the day, and we'll see you on the road real soon. Good night.